And welcome back to another exciting edition of the Bumper to Bumper podcast. I always start it off with exciting edition. I gotta have a new kind of intro thing going on. Let me do that again. And welcome back to another fun edition of Bumper to Bumper. I'm your co-host, Rick Darge, and with me in a moment will be our other co-host, Chris Candy. We're in beautiful downtown Los Angeles right now. I hate downtown. It's constantly congested. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of cars, a lot of congestion. This city is not conducive for downtown traffic. I hate it here. Did I mention that I hate downtown? I'm downtown because we have an exciting guest. I keep using the word exciting. I need to go read a dictionary. Or a thesaurus. We're downtown because we are picking up our very good friend NAZ Astambus. NAZ goes by the moniker NAZ RED, and he is a very talented filmmaker that just completed his very first feature film called Debbie and the Devil. I'll let him talk more about it. I met NAZ about 10 years ago on set. I was an assistant cameraman on a feature film called Little Blue Pill, and NAZ was the second AD, and we quickly bonded for our love of comedy and just the gift of gab. NAZ is one of those friends that I could talk with for hours, and he has his own podcast called the Wild 7 podcast. That's been going on for a couple of years. I've been a guest on that a few times, and he's been a big supporter of Bumper to Bumper, and I just, we had to have him on. So we're very much looking forward to talking with him today. Not only is he a director and an incredible writer, but he's also an amazing actor, and he's also a tailor, and we're picking him up at his shop right now. He makes suits, part of his father's business. I'm giving away too much, so I'm going to call in Chris Candy, and we're going to get this going right now, because we're very close to NAZ's shop right now. So we're going to dial in our buddy Chris, and I'm a little low energy today.
Hello.
It's Chris Candy,
you
the
just
co-host.
Caught me
What?
I was on a whole kerfuffle right there with a car.
What happened?
No, it's just, road. You'll see it on the YouTube. Well, car was coming my way, and I was waiting for it to cross, and it was we were both just kind of waiting at the stop sign. I can't explain what just happened, but it was awkward. You'll see it if you watch the podcast on YouTube. How are you, Rick?
I'm doing good. I gave a little introduction to NAZ.
Okay.
You've met NAZ before, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know NAZ.
Yeah, NAZ is a great guy, and
Love NAZ.
We're really excited. He's got great energy, and he's going to be really fun on the podcast. I have low energy today. I'm feeling a little low.
Oh, I have low energy. I have low energy, too.
You do, too?
Yeah. I was at the Second City holiday party last night, and
oh my God, I forgot to go to that.
Oh my God, that tequila is not good.
Tequila is probably the grossest form of tequila. I mean, it's never good.
I thought I was also making like the healthy choice by going for tequila soda, and I felt like garbage this morning. Anyways, yeah, that's why my energy's low. So bear with us. But that was my evening. It was a fun party, though, man.
Yeah.
Jason Schatz was there from the podcast.
Oh, nice. Jason Schatz.
Oh, no, okay. It's going to be one of those ones. Should we just park our cars and just do the podcast next to each other?
Yeah, I think we're... yeah, man, I woke up with I'm sick right now.
That's right.
Yeah, I've got a weird bug, and it won't go away. It's been with me. Usually I can kick a bug in 2 to 3 days, but this bug has been here for going on 5 days, and I slammed a shot of Dayquil, so I'm a little out of it because of the Dayquil. The Dayquil kind of... Dayquil, I don't know what Dayquil does, but I don't feel like Dayquil is healing you. I think it's just suppressing all of your symptoms, but the symptoms are still there. It's just doing something. It's like turning off that part of your brain
Yeah,
that
Dayquil
would
doesn't do
up-
anything. I think isn't
Yeah, it
Dayquil
doesn't-
just like heavy like my brain's gonna be really good today. Dayquil. What does Dayquil do? Yeah, it just suppresses it. You're right.
I don't think it's just like it masks it. I
Yeah.
already told the podcast, but I hate downtown. I hate downtown so much.
Oh yeah. Downtown's rough.
I'm in the fashion district, clothing district area because
Uh-huh.
that's where NAZ works, and it sucks. It's
Yeah.
just I feel like this is why I don't live in New York. You know.
Well, NAZ is gonna give us the positive energy that we need.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. How you been? Otherwise
Otherwise, been
neither here
good.
nor there.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that at all this podcast. I'm not going to say that phrase because I don't want it. You know, I say that on my radio show actually quite a bit, and that's more of an inside joke over there. I'm trying to save that phrase for noise pollution and come up with my own new world of phrases for bumper to bumper. Like, I had him on the podcast.
Yeah. We're on a podcast.
Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. I've been good otherwise. Yeah, things have been well. It's just like right now we're in the vortex. Lot of holiday parties going on in the vortex right now.
Yeah.
So that's
we're in the
going on.
vortex. That's right.
Yeah.
When
So
this comes out, we're already in 2020. It's 2020 now.
Yeah, it's 2020 now, but the
in
time
reality,
it's the
we're
like
a week before
of
Christmas.
Oh God, and I am like I don't know how I'm gonna survive.
We are on a massive delay with the podcast. Like we're talking like
Massive.
a month delay.
Month delay,
Massive.
yeah.
I feel like we're gonna catch up in 2020
How?
and get a little closer. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna catch up somehow.
Okay.
I'm waiting for NAZ. I am parked out front. Let me tell you about my world right here. He works in a very interesting part of town. A lot of foot traffic, a lot of sketchy characters. He'll tell you more about it, but this is apparently this part of town transforms into a zombie zone after
Downtown
the
LA?
sun goes down.
Yeah,
well, at the specific part that he's at, he's like south downtown.
Uh-huh.
So, it's not a place you would want to be walking around, like walking to your car by yourself.
Right.
This is kind of a crime area. It's not the best area I'm in right now, but the sun's out, so I'm protected. I'm gonna be okay.
Safe. Well, that's downtown is it's a weird dynamic downtown because it's.
Oh my God! Here he comes.
I'll
Here he
save my prolific opinion on
save it.
downtown.
Here he
for
comes.
another
Oh shit!
day.
Here he comes. Oh my God!
Hi, Rick.
There you go, NAZ.
How's it going? Are we like on?
Yeah, we're on. We're already
wow.
in here. Put
We're
this in.
going, NAZ.
Put
How
this
are
in
you,
your
bud?
ear. Hold on. He's getting the earbud in.
Oh, okay.
No, put it in that ear. Yeah. No,
Okay.
that one.
All right. Okay.
Good. Can you hear Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Hey, NAZ, how are you, brother?
How's it going,
Yes.
brother? Nice
Yes.
to see you. Well,
Yes.
hear you.
You can probably hold
Nice.
it like
Oh,
there.
okay, cool.
But don't even,
Yeah,
just
get it
pretend it's
right
not
up in
even
your
there.
mouth there, NAZ. Get it right there.
Get it
Don't
right
get it too
there?
close in your mouth.
Okay.
I was
Well,
just
don't
talking
eat
to
it
Chris
like an ice
about
cream cone, but
about this area
Yeah.
that what part of town is this in?
This is Skid Row. So I used to hold on. Let me just put on my seatbelt.
Yeah, put on
to
your
be
You're in
Get
safe.
Skid
safe.
Row. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
oh my God! Look at this lady. She's just
fuck, where's
crossing.
the-
Oh, you got it. This lady right here.
Yeah. This is. I mean, your
What the hell?
podcast audience can't see it, but your YouTube audience, I suppose, can see it or a
Yes.
little bit.
Yes.
I used to buy weed like 2 blocks down from there, like
Okay.
before I had the card and stuff. This is like the as Skid Row as you can get. Like people have come here from third world countries and have said there is nothing like this in our country. Like it's.
Hold it a little low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way they
We're
can see
good.
your face.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're good. Nice. Okay,
Keep
let me
going.
catch my breath because I just
Oh my
ran
God,
down the
we
stairs.
needed this energy. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, dude. For like, okay, like the building that I just came from, Chris.
Yes.
The elevator is so old. It was made by the company that made the elevators in the Titanic. Like, it's that level of
Yeah.
old school and stuff. But back to the neighborhood. Like for instance, when I used to come to work with my old man, in the morning there's like a lunch truck like down the block, Sorry,
Yeah.
let me catch my breath. Goddamn, sorry. Well, thank you guys
Yeah.
for having me. Hi, everybody. Hi, Bumper to Bumper. I listened to the first 2 episodes. It was really awesome. I'm going to listen to the other one. Chris, I agree with you. Detective Pikachu is a really good movie. I love that film. The way they made the Pikachu really realistic and stuff. It was really awesome. But anyway, thank you for having me.
Holy moly.
Oh my God.
You're just going for
Yeah,
it.
I had so much coffee. We were like talking upstairs.
You're giving me life right now.
Yeah, we were talking upstairs
I know,
about
you're
like
giving
our
me
world
life, too.
domination plans
What?
for
Did I
Wild
just
7
get a-
and
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
And,
What
you
is,
know,
how's that work? If you get a photo taken of you while you're going across a light, does that, you know what I'm talking about? When you cross a lane?
What the hell are you talking about? NAZ is over here talking about stuff, and you're in your own little world.
Well, I am in my
Yeah.
own little world. I just had a camera flash at me when I turned right at a traffic signal.
Oh, did you
Oh.
smile or?
Wait a minute. The camera flashed. Would you go through a red light?
No, I didn't go through a red light.
This podcast is a really good idea. It's also really kind of dangerous, no?
Well, before we had these giant mics in front
Oh
of our
my
face.
God.
Oh, yeah.
And Richie hit us up and he said, "Hey, I love your podcast, but if the airbag goes off, you're gonna get a mic in your fucking face."
Right.
Yeah.
So we've got these headsets now, and you're safe with that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
No, this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
This is fun. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's fresh. It's a new thing. And you know, I remember when I heard the first episode, I was coming back from an audition, and I messaged you and I said it felt like I was like in the car with you guys.
Yes.
And it's a
Yes.
fun thing. It's a great thing, Chris.
What audition
Yes.
were you?
Oh man, dude, I gotta tell you. I'll tell you about it. It was the first time I ever like bombed. Like I did so badly. No, okay, I did
Was
the
this
first.
for
It was
Ian
for Ian.
Ponchul?
It was so
Okay,
bad.
Okay.
And
Was
he
this
knows
for
it.
Hazard?
I don't know what. No, it was for Chase.
Oh yeah.
Chase.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
the first audition, Ian's okay. Here's the thing, I happened to get these commercial gigs, for a few years now, all thanks to Machete Bang Bang, who I know has been mentioned on the podcast before,
Yeah.
and who's a friend of Rick, and who I know through Rick, and I got these commercials, and I used all the money to make my movie, because that's all I care about.
You
so
used
I'm
the money
Yeah.
you got from the commercials.
from the commercials
Yeah.
to make my
To make a
movie,
movie,
Debbie and
yeah.
the Devil.
Yeah, we're gonna get
which
into
is,
that.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
coming out 2020. And so I'm not really invested in the actor's life. So to me, it's always like an interesting kind of thing, just going to that audition place and doing that and stuff
Dan
like
Bell
that.
casting.
Yeah, Dan Bell casting
Yeah.
and stuff. And so I went to the first audition, and they had us improvise this scene, and I did good. And they were like, okay, so then I get the call back.
What was the scene? Tell us.
It
about
was like, okay,
Yeah.
we were pretending like we were playing poker, and then one of us was like saying like, oh man, I went on this amazing trip. And then the other guy like had to look at his phone and be like, oh, I think I'm gonna take a trip. And then he like makes reservations on the phone or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So then I do that, I do fine, okay? So then on Sunday, okay, now mind you, the thing that happened that made me really not care about any of this was that I have my cousin's kid who's like 2. He had to get a biopsy, and for a second they were really scared that it was going to be like bad news, right?
Oh.
Okay.
So that kind of thing puts everything into perspective. You don't really
Yeah.
care about anything when
Yeah,
something
you're
like
right.
that.
Right.
And mind you, I just don't care to begin with anyway, so I super don't care.
Yeah.
So Sunday I get the call back. They're like, okay, come to the call back. I go in Monday, okay, and I'm sure Ian will tell you the same thing. I have no problem saying this. It was probably the worst audition I have ever seen. I was so like out of my body. Okay, this is what happened. So first of all, Ian directed these 2 commercials that gave me the money to make these films. So I will always audition for him. He will always be like somebody that's like in my cool book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I see him, we like hug and stuff because we worked with each other
Yeah,
twice now.
he's a
You know,
great
like
guy.
he's an awesome guy. He's like one of the coolest guys in the world. And so the casting guy who I had seen, and then mind you, also every time I go to the Dan Bell casting, I
Yeah.
always know people there.
Yeah.
I always see people that either know you or just you know, it's always like you always
Yeah.
see familiar faces, or I
Yeah.
see Machete or
Right,
something.
right.
Yeah.
And so it's always a fun time.
It's a
So
communal thing.
Yeah. So they basically tell me the casting guy. So I see Ian, we hug. I'm like, hey man, I heard you saw Rick. Rick is the man. I always talk about Rick and how great he is. I love Rick. He's my friend. And you know, and
What is going
and
on right now?
Yeah, and so I go in, and so the casting guy is like, okay, so here's your scene. You're a real estate agent, and you are showing these guys the space, but
Yeah.
it's really dilapidated, and the guys, they're telling you like, why is this broken? Why is that broken? And you're just sort of like, you know, you're still trying to sell the thing. At least that was my understanding of what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I start this bizarre, like, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll talk about, okay, hey, these are holes in the walls, and you could put your face through the holes to say hi to your loved ones. And then it just went like, I mean, okay, that's kind of funny, but I don't think
improvising weird shit.
I was improvising weird shit, and I don't think that was what they were looking for, because you don't know what they're looking for. You don't know what they want. You know, like you just hope that you are what they're looking for.
It's just a look. Dude.
And so I'm doing the scene, and then like I look over to Ian, and he looks like what the fuck is this guy doing? and then I'm like, and then right when I see him doing that, I get in what I guess actors call in my head, or something, and I start sweating, and then there's video of it somewhere. Maybe they deleted it or something. In the video, I even say to the people that I'm doing the scene with, but I was actually talking to Ian. I said, I feel like I'm losing you.
You said
oh my God!
Yeah, it's there.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then you know, like we finished the scene. Yeah, you know, we finished the scene, and then right when the scene was done, I'm out of it, and I thank God. And then I'm like, you know, Ian, good luck with the commercial. And then he's like, yeah, let's hang out when I'm in town, which was kind of like. And then so then the next day, I wrote him a message just basically saying, listen, if I'm not right for this circus, you know, it's cool. I'm always appreciative to you and the opportunity that you've given me. And, you know, here's a picture of some monkeys, because I drew a picture of monkeys and I sent it to him. And so it's all good, but
did he write you back?
Talk up a storm.
Did he respond?
He did. He's a really cool guy. I mean, the thing is, like, Chris, I owe my first movie to this dude.
Yeah.
So
well, let's
this
get
is
into that.
nothing. Yeah. Okay. Well, basically.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
Okay. So.
First of all, let's talk. I met you. I told the audience a little bit at the beginning. We met on a set called this movie called Little Blue Pill.
Yes.
Directed by a guy named Aaron Godfred.
Yes, a friend of mine.
And back then, you and I. NAZ and I always had aspirations of being filmmakers back then, but you know, I always knew you as a writer. You were like an amazing horror film writer.
Well, yeah, you know,
you love horror.
Yeah, when I met Rick, it was on that movie, and we sort of bonded over The Room. That was the big thing that we bonded over.
The Tommy Wiseau movie, The Room.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and Rick was telling me stories and stuff, and I remember I was just constantly pumping him for The Room stories.
Right.
But yeah, no, I started out as a writer, and I directed my first short film when I was like 23. And it was called Jane. I look at it now and I think, God, I mean, it's so amateurish in kind of a charming way and stuff, and I've learned so much since. But no, I started out as a writer, and what happened was like 5 years ago, I saw a film called Excision. And it was when Blockbuster was closing down, so I bought like a $3 copy of it and stuff.
Okay.
And then I found out that our mutual friend Lucas Lee Graham, a guy that Rick and I know, cinematographer, was working on this guy's second movie, and his name was Ricky Bates. Yeah, and I was so.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about a car.
Oh, I'm sorry. It sounds like I wasn't listening to you because I said yeah when you said that. I'm sorry, Chris. I am listening to you. It's just hard to hear with these AirPods. Yeah, and I'm, and thank you for having me once again, Chris. This is really fun.
No, I'm back.
Yeah, but
You're great.
So I thank you, you as well. And I saw that.
By the way, where are we going right now? We're going to Walmart, right?
Yeah, we're going to Walmart to get DVDs.
NAZ is gonna get some DVDs.
Yeah, you're gonna buy some DVDs. Cool.
Yeah, my editor said that Debbie and the Devil is like if you took every bargain bin horror film in Walmart and put them in a blender and just completely classed them up and arted them up. That's Debbie and the Devil. Oh, okay. Which I'll take that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's like a weird compliment.
Yeah, And so I saw that somebody that was in our social circle was working on this guy's second film, and I was so inspired by his film because it wasn't just a good horror film. It was a good film. Like, it was very touching.
This is Excision?
Yeah.
Excision. Yeah, it's a really great film. I highly recommend your audience to check it out. Like, it's really good. It's very well made. John Waters is in it. Tracy Lords, I think her name is in it.
The porn star?
Yeah. And she's really good in it. Like, she plays this mom. It's amazing. Like,
Chris loves porn.
Yeah. That's, I heard, yeah. But,
Who?
Chris? You.
I love porn?
You're a big porn guy.
You do?
I'm
I
as
do
much
too,
of a
man. It's cool.
I think I'm as much of a porn guy as everyone else is a porn guy.
That's true. I think everybody watches porn, but anyway. So I saw that our
me.
friend was I saw that
not
our friend
Rick.
was working on
Okay.
was working on this guy's film, and I was just so inspired, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make my horror film, and I'm just gonna make a horror film that I think is like what I think is cool, and.
Yeah.
I wrote
What
it.
year was that?
That was like, I think 2015.
Okay.
Or 2014 maybe.
Okay.
And it's been just a long journey since then. I mean, like
When did you start production?
we started production spring of 2018.
Okay,
like
so
what we did
a year
was
ago.
yeah,
little
pretty
over-
much
a year and a half
ago.
ago.
Yeah, so basically the movie is this. It's 3 horror stories. Bless you.
Bless you, Chris.
I was coughing.
Still, bless you.
It's 3 horror stories.
Bless you, Rick.
And they're all linked, like Pulp Fiction, right? And
Okay.
like the characters sort of intermingle and stuff, and you don't see how all the connections sort of meet until like you've seen them all. And the connective tissue with the 3 stories is this animation where these kids are running away from a mass shooting, and they go to my movie theater, and I show them these movies. And one of the other things that was...
What do you mean by your movie theater, so we know?
Oh, so like in the movie, okay, like these kids, they're at school, and much like it happens often in the news, a mass shooter comes into their school and starts shooting up the school. So then they run to a movie theater, and the movie theater, I own it and I run it. It's Mr. Red's movie theater, and I show them these 3 movies, and each movie is in a different horror subgenre. Like the first one is like teen slasher. It's called Gore Garage 6. And then the second one is like Italian, giallo, classy European thing. It's called Tears of a Bloody Rose. And then the third one is found footage style. It's called Debbie Flesh and Bone.
Got
And
it.
so and then the thing is, by the end, I mean, the whole movie, it does get really meta and inside out. And the thing that's cool about it is that we're actually really proud of it. Like, it's not horrible. Like, I mean, usually when you see a really, really low budget horror film, it seems to be made sometimes by people that don't care. And we care. And, no, I really dig it. I'm really proud of my movie. And, thank you, Rick. Rick just gave me a pat on the back. And watching Rick do his thing with his film Zen Dog was like, a major beacon for us. Like, he was somebody that I always use as an example. Like, Rick is doing his thing. And, my mouth is all dry, by the way.
You've been talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had so much coffee upstairs in the factory.
I turned my microphone off for a little while.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
No, he didn't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Did you?
joking.
Oh, man.
No.
Don't be
my
a
God.
jerk.
Oh my God, I offended Chris.
No, Chris doesn't.
No,
John
you-
was a very.
I'm in line at a McDonald's right now to
interview.
get a bottle of water right now. That's what I'm
I'm
doing.
shot out of
nice.
the cannon, as they say.
I'm in
What,
traffic. I'm in. Jesus.
Chris,
Yes.
ask. I want to. I feel like you've just been saying, yeah.
Well, I have questions.
Get in here with some questions.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
I don't want
Chris.
to
I
interrupt
didn't mean to
Nas
dominate.
because
Never be sorry. You've got great energy.
I don't want to interrupt
is what-
Nas. Yeah, it's been going.
I know.
For,
Nas is on fire right now.
yeah, I know. It's great. I didn't want to interject. My apologies.
Hey,
No,
you know
okay.
what? Enough of the sorries all around. Nobody
What?
needs to apologize.
All right, I'm sorry. So Nas, so no, is this your first? This is your first feature. So when did you start filming? When did production start for you?
He just said, Chris,
Spring 2018.
about a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
About a year and a half.
But maybe you can elaborate on Chris's question about because you guys would start. Most people think a movie, they'll think, wow, you've been shooting for a long time, but
Right, no,
because
you
of
haven't been.
Right. Well, the thing is,
finances.
because of the fact that we were low budget, that's part of the reason why we did it in that short story format, because we knew that a lot of the people that I was working with came from the short film world, as most young filmmakers
Right.
do, and so we knew that we could make a short film and then regroup financially and just energy wise, and then make another short film. So like the first one that we shot was in, as I said, like spring of 2018, and then the second one was in October of 2018, and then the last one we shot in February of 2019.
Now, did
Okay.
you use the same crew for every?
Pretty much. Like
Yeah.
we used, well, no, I mean, Director of photography, yes, Lucas Pitassi, whom
Lucas
you
Pitassi,
know.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
a really talented guy. Like, I would recommend anybody that's, you know,
He lives out of his van.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Lucas. Yeah. I saw him down in Santa Monica on a run once. He was living.
wow.
Yeah, he was getting ready for a big. Was it? No, it was another horror film. Well, that's an interesting thing with horror, though, is it's a huge genre. Like people, like it's a huge subgenre, like you were saying. Like, I'm like really fascinated by it because a lot of people who love horror end up just specifically wanting to make horror. Was that for you the same thing, Nas?
Well, I mean, it's two things. One, it's a genre that connects me to my childhood. Like, I remember being fascinated by horror films as a child and feeling like they felt forbidden or something. You know what I mean? And then but then also, it's the one genre that an outsider filmmaker can kind of compete with a low budget. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you can maybe do that with comedies. You can maybe, I mean, if you really believe in something, you can compete. But I know that...
Hey, can I just get a bottle of water, please? That's
Can you get one for me as well?
You guys need
I
anything?
need water in the car.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris, we need to have water for our guests.
Yeah.
We need to
to
like treat our guests a little better. Like give them tea.
I've been treated very well by you gentlemen.
I know, but
Thank you.
we should have a bottle of water for you.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. But thank you.
Do you want some of my Topo Chico?
You got a Topo Chico for you, but you didn't bring a Topo Chico for
Well,
Nas?
I got it. I didn't know. Not everyone likes the spicy water, you know?
Is that what it is? It's spicy.
It's sparkling water.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Is
the
that what
best
you call sparkling water?
water?
You call it spicy?
Topo Chico's the best water. We need a sponsor.
Yeah, a dude I
that you
work
can-
with actually really likes Topo Chico.
Who?
Chris. You met him. I believe.
Another Chris.
Yeah.
Not
But it's the one genre that Guillermo del Toro said this. There are two genres that have a built-in audience: porn and horror.
Nice.
And
Right.
that is
Gotta
kind of
combine
true.
those.
You know, like with horror, the you don't need stars. You don't need a humongous budget. You just need some blood. A decent. You know, you just need that kind of stuff. You can be more creative and stuff. At least that's how I feel.
When I was
You
on
know,
the,
I mean,
yeah. Well, no, when I was on the
Go
Vans
ahead,
Warped
sorry.
Tour, I remember like this was like when I was 18, and there was this company called Backseat Conceptions, and they were kind of a part of like the Troma. Is that the name of the company?
Troma.
Oh yeah. In
Oh.
fact, yeah, my DP worked with him. In fact, you know, I know
You got him the job. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I interviewed Lloyd Kaufman for my podcast, the Wild 7 podcast.
Lloyd Kaufman is the founder of Troma.
Yeah, he's the founder
Got
of
it.
Troma. He's kind of like the face of Troma. And I interviewed him, and Rick interviewed him as well.
I did,
You
yeah.
know, after you
For
did
what?
Zendog.
Yeah. I interviewed him for Zendog blog when we were finishing up in New York.
Hey,
He
man,
was a
thank
big
you.
inspiration for me. Lloyd wrote a book called
Appreciate it.
He wrote a bunch of books. He said one book that he did write though that he's known for, it's called Make Your Own Damn Movie.
Yeah.
And I recommend it to any
Thank you so
listener
much.
that is
Take care.
I recommend it to any listener that is looking to get into filmmaking, that wants to make a film. This book is like a Bible. It's basically just amps you up and charges you up and shows you that you can make your film. You don't need certain things to make a movie.
Yeah.
We're at a point now in technology where anyone can make a film.
Yeah, and I
Right.
mean, that's why...
So he wrote that, and he founded Troma, and he makes these great movies.
Yeah. I
Got
mean,
it.
what was the guy that you knew on the van? What was his connection to Troma?
Well, it was on the Warped Tour. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was just a bunch of people who had worked on productions for Troma. And sorry, I'm just merging onto a lane here. This is
Please be
Here we
careful.
go.
What part of town are you in, Chris?
I'm going into like where am I? Going on the west side, just leaving Century City area.
Where are
going
you
up.
going? Like, what is your thing?
I'm just driving right now. I got nothing going on today because I wanted to make sure we got time to get you in. So I'm just cruising
thank you,
around the
sir.
lovely city
Yeah.
of LA right now.
Hey, man, you guys know how to make a dude feel special.
One of us will usually drive aimlessly around.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
in
listen
one
to
of
the
those
last one. I want to
drives.
listen to it on my way back from something. Like when
Oh,
I'm in
okay.
traffic. Because
Nice.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like you're hanging out. I apologize. My phone just dinged.
That's okay.
Those guys, they were, I think, making productions with Troma, and then that's what I was getting at is that, like, I noticed with them, like, my friend James Brown specifically, like, they just love horror. Like, I didn't grow up watching horror. I never really got into it. And so it's similar to, like, sci-fi, that there's, like, just a huge world of people. And I remember even this summer, I went to, like, a Halloween party that was taking place during the summer, and it was just filled with people who love horror. And you're right, it is kind of similar to porn, I guess, in that way, but...
Yeah. I mean, I do find it's also a very nurturing world. The people, like, that are also in horror, I don't know, it just seems like a weird family. Like, the fans are very loyal. I mean, not that, like, we have a ton of fans because we haven't even released our movie, but, like, I noticed for other films, they're very loyal and they love the film so much and they're so devoted. It's kind of cool, you know?
It's very supportive, for sure, of an audience. Now, Naz, where did you grow up? Where are you? You're an Angelino, right? You're from LA originally.
Well, no, I was born in Portland, Oregon, and then we moved when I was like 2 to Northern California. And that's what enables me to relate to Rick a lot, because we're both NorCal boys.
We're NorCal boys.
And then we lived in Fremont for a second, which was horrible.
Yeah, Fremont's weird.
Yeah, Fremont is a bizarre place. And
I don't know where
we moved to... Go ahead, sorry.
No, I don't know why I thought you grew up in LA, but you had your family is in the tailoring business, right? And they have a place over in Santa Monica, am I right?
Yeah, we have a tailoring shop in Santa Monica, and we've had that for many, many years. And it's a true blessing because it's allowed me to sort of do my thing and make my movies and sort of develop Debbie without having to do things in Hollywood that I don't really want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I could just sort of cut and sew shirts by day, which is fine because it's fashion.
That's so
and fashion
cool.
is kind of cool. Yeah, thank you. And at night I could just develop as a writer and just sort of develop my voice, which I think is important, you know.
Right, yeah. You got to just get out there and keep doing it.
And then your shop in Santa Monica, you guys have run in, like, there's a handful of famous people.
Oh,
I don't know if you can talk about
I'll
them,
give you an example. Like,
they come in.
The first time I ever saw the shop, my father just bought it from a guy named Ray Montalvo. And he was literally just showing me the shop. The shop was closed. And he said, yeah, I got this customer coming in to pick up something. And so I was in the back of the shop looking at all these clothes. And then I noticed on the name tag of the person that was picking up the garment, it said David Mamet.
Wow.
And at that time, you know, I was very hip to that stuff. You know, I knew Glengarry Glen Ross. And for those of you that don't know, he's a playwright and a filmmaker and this and that.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and so I said, Dad, and my dad, Chris, doesn't know Hollywood shit, and he doesn't care. He doesn't know Hollywood shit from nothing. He so doesn't care. Like, he's been to Tom Hanks' house, he's been to Steven Spielberg's. He doesn't care. He just cares about business. That's him, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And so I said, Dad, this is like a famous playwright, and, you know, I really like his stuff, and so I think that's it. And then my dad is like, no, that's not him. That's just some guy. And then that day, David Mamet came in, and I didn't know what he looked like. I just knew him by reputation.
By name,
you know,
He's kind of a weird-looking guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a very big guy. Yeah, he's not big in terms of, like, muscle, but he's not a skinny guy. You know what I mean?
Thick.
Like, he's thick.
He's like a wine barrel.
Yeah, and it's like a thick head of
like
hair.
A wine barrel.
Yeah, exactly. He's like a wine barrel.
I have no idea what he looks like.
Yeah, and so...
look him up, Chris.
Yeah, he...
no, I got too much going on right now.
He comes in...
I don't want my phone to blow up.
Yeah, and my dad is like, hi, Mr. Mamet, this is my son, Nasir. He's into, you know, movies and stuff. And then I said, he's like, hi, David Mamet. And then I said, are you David Mamet, the playwright? And I said, like, the stupidest thing you could say to, like, a famous person. I was just like...
What did he do?
He's like, yeah. No, I just said, oh, I'm starstruck. Like, I didn't know what to say, because it was so... It was like baptism by fire with that shop, because after that, it was just Hollywood person after Hollywood person coming in, and you really had to get used to it. You had to sort of deal with them as people and understand that they're just people that are just going about their day and stuff like that. But see, that's the other thing. Like, that shop has enabled me, like, because of that shop, I want to do festivals for fun with Debbie, but there's a lot of people that I'm going to show that have been, you know, clients of the shop and stuff like that. It's been a true blessing. You know, and I love cutting and sewing shirts. It's really fun.
I think
Do you
that's
realize
so
we're wearing
interesting.
Christmas colors?
Yeah, I'm wearing red, and
Dude,
Chris is wearing.
Christmas.
I mean, Rick is wearing
Green.
I'm kind of wearing
really
like
nice.
Mine's not really Christmassy. Mine's like oppressive. It's like a gray striped sweater. I look like
Oh yeah.
It
What's
kind of
in
matches
jail?
the weather right now.
What side of
It
town are
does.
you in right now?
Well, it's funny. I was going to bring this up. I'm driving right by Sepulveda, and I'm on Santa Monica, and I'm driving by. Are you familiar with that designer Bijan?
Oh yeah, that douche.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm joking. He's a
Douche.
He's
Yeah,
not
he's a good
alive
guy.
anymore, but his son
Yeah,
took
yeah.
over the business. But they have like
Yeah.
a
Bijan.
Bijan. They have like always had these 3
Is
billboards.
he French?
No, where is he from? I'm not sure.
I know exactly where you are. You're by those billboards.
I'm pulling up on those billboards. I'll definitely have to
Oh,
flash a
nice.
photo of
Oh, I
those.
know Bijan billboards.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got like
yeah.
4 of them.
Yeah, they're all.
With his
I'm coming up on
golden
them right now.
ties and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Well, he
4
makes- he
used to
billboards.
His shirts are super expensive. They're like, I think they're like over $1,000 for a shirt.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we could totally charge $1,000 for a shirt. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
look,
totally.
to each his own. I heard the guy used to have a chandelier that was worth like $1 million trillion that had perfume in individual orbs in the chandelier, and I don't
What?
know. That kind of opulence is a little silly to me
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, his son's
you know.
taking over the business. I'm looking at it right now.
No, I wish him well. I wish him well.
I
Little
wish him well.
Bijan.
He's got
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
No. Oh, whoa. One of the billboards is down. They've only
Damn.
got. Whoa, business must be rough. He used to have 3, and
Well, it's
now there's
getting
only
rough.
Do
It's hard out here.
Interesting.
Do you think he ever-
Swarovski has
do you-
taken over the other one. Did I say that right?
Do you think?
Oh. Wait.
Swarovski. Crystals.
Swarovski? Does he look like a Persian fella?
Bijan's son?
No. Oh, wait. Zavarsky is the son?
No, Swarovski is a crystal company. They make like crystals.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's hard times for Bijan. He's down to 1 billboard.
Do you think Bijan ever goes up to a girl and says, "Hey, give me a Bijan"?
Well, not anymore because he's
That
dead.
was such a dumb joke. Rick's joke telling has been so bad. The last one wasn't that good either. It was a lot of
whatever, Chris.
a lot of well, hey, you're making fun of me for not talking on the podcast. I'm getting into it now. All right.
Get into it, okay?
Let's
we want to
mix
hear
it
from
up, you guys.
Whoa, look at
Have
this.
Will you guys ever like argue and fight on the podcast?
We
Sure.
bicker. We'll like.
There's
but
bickering?
We don't hurt each other's feelings. you
Oh
know?
yeah.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're like kind of pulling up to the.
Yeah,
to the
you're gonna.
warm-up.
So we're gonna continue the podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna get out, and you're gonna spend no more than 10 minutes at most in here.
Okay, I'm gonna
You
pick
get
out.
in there,
I'm gonna pick out a DVD and
Get a
just
thing
run
of
it.
water. Get in and get out.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
Make sure to get Rick a
All
water.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, he's got
All
one.
right,
You got
see
a
you in
Topo
a sec.
Chico.
We'll keep talking. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh wait, give me the AirPod. I'll keep it charged.
All right, sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
cool, thanks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
make sure you
we
charge
got
that thing. Okay.
Nas is out of the car. We got him out. We kicked him out.
Yeah, he's out of the car.
I don't know what he's doing. I was like, "What do you got to do today?" And he said he needed to go buy a DVD or something.
Uh-huh.
So we just drove. I just drove all the way the fuck to Burbank.
You're in Burbank
just-
right now.
Just said fuck. Now the podcast is explicit.
It's always been
It's
explicit. We curse
Yeah, I
all
think
over
it's
the place
cooler,
on this
though.
show. Yeah, who
Remember
wants
back when we were kids and they you would get the CDs and they would be like explicit. You'd
Yes,
be like, "Ooh,
yes.
that's a good CD.
Yes.
What's the first bad word you heard in a CD? Because I can tell you what mine was.
I can't remember. Well, what was the first word? My first CD I bought was
Green
Gangster's
Day.
Paradise. Oh, it was Green Day.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Gangster's
that was
Paradise was your first
yeah.
CD?
That was my
Wow.
first. I got that on tape actually. Didn't CDs weren't really rocking yet. I mean, they were, but they were very expensive. So tapes
Yeah, they were.
easier to get your little hands on.
Yeah. Tapes were the rage. Yeah, CDs were weird. I remember my first CD ever that I ever bought was Pearl Jam's 10.
Uh huh.
And I remember I had
Jesus.
this, I had a Sony CD Walkman, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I must have been 12 years old, and I remember popping the CD. I didn't know how to take the CD out of the case. I was so afraid of breaking it because it was so thin and fragile.
Okay.
And I remember like being very careful with popping it out. And then I put it into the CD player, my first ever CD, and this piece of shit would skip nonstop. That was before they had,
Skip
you know,
guard.
yeah, they invented like skip protection. But yeah, I remember that CD player was so, you had to hold it perfect, like just in your hand so it would not skip. Wow, CDs are crazy. Remember CDs, man?
Does your car
Holy
have
crap.
I love CDs. I still like them. I got a CD player in the car right now.
I have a CD player in the car, but I never use it. I'm always
Oh, you got to throw one CD in there and just have it in always as like a backup. Just in case like you have no idea what you want to listen to and you can just always throw the CD on.
You know what I had was... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying, I remembered, though, when you brought that up of, like, the first curse word you heard on a CD, that was, like, a huge deal. I forgot about that experience. Of, like, you'd get, like, a CD, and it would be like, oh, if it was explicit, what was the curse word? And it was, like, I'm trying to remember what mine was. But that was a huge deal. I totally forgot.
Isn't there some curse words on Gangster's Paradise?
I don't think so. No, because that was, like, a big radio hit.
Oh, no, not on that song. But what was the name of the album that...
It was just, it was a Dangerous Minds soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer. Man. That's right.
Love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Wow. I looked up, one time I looked up Coolio. I sometimes I like to look up celebrities, their net worth.
Yeah.
Just to see what they're worth, you know?
Okay.
And if you Google Coolio net worth, he's worth $100,000.
Coolio?
Yeah. He didn't invest, man.
Those things can't be right, though. How do they know? What are they?
They know, because all the tax accountants give it up. No, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's still ridiculous.
Pull over right here. I don't know if I'm allowed to pull over. I'm in this...
Where are you right now? You're in Burbank at a Walmart?
I'm in Burbank. I didn't even know Burbank had a Walmart, but apparently... Oh, shit. These guys with the shopping carts are coming.
What's going on?
Well, I'm like pulled over. I want NAZ to see me right away.
Oh, so he knows. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like...
He came in hot. I loved the convo.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't interrupting him because I was wanting him to talk. That's
No. I just wanted you to get in. Because it is funny, like, going back in the podcast when, inevitably when one of us is interviewing someone else, the other guy's like, yeah, I do it too. Like, it's the same thing. It's hard to get in there. But
true.
Yeah, let's we're gonna, once I pick him up, we got about another 30 minutes to take him back to his shop. So I want to get in. We can maybe strategize what we want to talk about with him.
Okay. Well, I'm very curious. I love hearing about all the film stuff, but I want to know a little bit more about the process. That's what I was kind of trying to get into about, like,
that's
how
a
did
great,
raise money and funds and what's his plans for it.
We should get into the micro of, like, where, first of all, we'll, like, wrap it up with, where is he at right now? Because I don't even know where the film's at. I know that there's this, what he didn't say was, for the movie theater stuff that he's talking about, where all the kids go to this movie theater, that's all animated. So he hired an animator that's out in Vegas to put that together, and I think they're still working on that. But yeah, it'd be good to know, like, what the plan is going forward. Like, where is he at right now? When is the trailer going to be cut? And, like, what is his planned release date and all that good stuff? Because that's all people want to hear about that. I like this moment right here where this is a new thing for us, where we have a little bit of a intermission where we get to talk about the guests while they're doing their errand.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't get that on the last one.
No, we didn't, because we were the last one was rough just because it was starting to get dark at night too.
Yeah, it was getting very dark. Now we got the daylight out.
Oh my God, the West Side Pavilion, they're totally it's gone. Everything's going away in this city. It's like after we had that
change.
After we had Carlos on the show.
Yeah.
All of my favorite businesses are, like, getting demolished and moved over. Rip City is this one in Santa Monica that I used to work at when I was a kid. I still help them out with their day-to-day. They've been a skate shop for over 43 years, and the landlord just sold the property, and it's forcing them to move. So this is such a historical skate shop. It's been in so many videos. Every skater, who lived on the West Side or the greater SoCal area has gone through there. All these memories are going to get demolished. And then there were several other businesses that I was coming up across, and they were all just getting rocked and closed down. And I'm looking at this one, the West Side Pavilion, where I saw many movies. I don't know if they're tearing it down, but maybe they're just redoing it. But the city's changing, man.
Yeah, it's changing quick. I mean, yeah, Amoeba Records, which has been there forever, is going away. But look, I mean, we're talking about it's all Spotify now. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm guilty. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I get on the Spotify and I just say, yeah, play me my daily mix. It's some computer that's come up with yeah, it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what's weird? Everything is becoming so automated. I feel like they're gonna phase out human beings soon. I was on Gmail, and they've been doing this for I feel like a year now. But do you see that, like, when you read someone's Gmail, it like puts a pre-programmed response?
Yep.
Like
it
puts the
weird.
answer in. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Fuck
it's like
that. Here comes Nas.
Oh,
He's coming back in. Oh.
Is he running?
Yeah, it's weird. He's in. Oh, nice.
I am back.
Give you the mic.
He is back.
He got a Diet Pepsi. Put the ear pod in.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay, and Chris.
Hi, Chris again.
We're going to head back, Chris. It's going to be 30 minutes. I'm going to let you know right now before
that's
we drop
fine.
Nas
That's
off.
fine. That's
Cool.
fine.
All right. What?
Are we still going?
How was it in there?
It was a zoo.
Yeah, the podcast is still going. We were talking
really?
about
Okay,
you.
hold on. Let me just find
Yeah,
my
we do
seatbelt
not
thing.
stop tape.
We want to know what you got.
No,
but let's
okay.
get into it.
It was a
What's
zoo in there, boys.
It's a zoo.
It was crazy in there.
Yeah.
It was mass
Christmas in the vortex.
time.
We're in the vortex.
Yeah,
Christmas in the
Walmart is-
vortex.
Yeah, I mean, living the majority of my adult life, or all of my adult life in Los Angeles, there's not a lot of Walmarts out where we are. And so going into one, it's always a trip. It is like it's a different planet.
Yeah.
It is
It's,
kind of like every time I go to a Walmart or like a Kmart or something like that, I do feel like I'm getting transported to like the Midwest or something like that. Because when you're inside of those things, it could be anywhere in the country.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I just, over the summer, I have family in Michigan, and I visited the Midwest. And I have to say, I really love the Midwest.
I just cut that guy off.
Oh, really?
Pretty bad.
Fuck him.
Did any of you guys see Jojo Rabbit? Any of you see
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. No, I would like to. Was it good?
I haven't seen it either. That's one fun thing about this podcast is you can just drive by billboards and talk about them, and I'm looking at a Jojo Rabbit podcast.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I don't know if I want to see it. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I do like that director, but
I'm
I'm
indifferent
not like
too.
excited to see it. I don't know if I need to see another World War II movie.
Yeah.
I just don't care about World War II anymore.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we need another war to make movies about.
Right.
Well, I have a weird thing that they're like kind of. I mean, I guess I should see it before making this assumption, but it's like, like the trailer is like kind of glorifying Hitler, and it's a weird time to like glorify Hitler.
Well, I don't think it's glorifying. Well, I guess it kind of is. It's making them like silly.
Goofy,
Well, no,
yeah.
if I may say this, I get it. It's a weird time. I have to say, as a person of color, I never felt like I was a person of color until Trump came along. And not to get on like any political thing at all, because I like to be apolitical. But in these times, we feel it. Like, it's weird. It's a weird time. It's a weird thing. And I'm not like somebody that wants to get on any like anti-anything. I don't care. You know, I just want to be an artist that does his own thing.
Yeah.
But I get like why Taika Waititi, is that his name?
Taika Waititi?
You know, I get why he's doing it. I respect that.
Taika Waititi.
But it is a weird time, Chris. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the reason he had to play Hitler was because
the studio said, you have to play it.
Yeah, and I guess that, kind of own up. So he must believe in it because he did it. And I'm sure it's good, but I just haven't seen it yet, and I kind of forgot about it.
Sorry, go ahead.
When Disney acquired Fox, there were talks about them canning the film altogether because Disney was a little worried that audiences would not react well to a satirical movie about Hitler.
Something about Hitler making people uneasy.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Did any of you guys get into Disney Plus?
No,
I did. I got it.
I'm abstaining. You got it?
Yeah.
Chris,
Give me your password, Chris.
Isn't it kind of great?
It's kind of great. You want my password? Oh,
Give me your
well, you're
password
gonna
and
have
you
to
log in.
work for it, brother.
Did you
What
watch
if I got you that, and
Mandalorian?
that's my Christmas gift to you, Rick? My password.
You
to
give me
Disney
your
Plus.
password?
Yeah.
And then I give it to 5 other people.
Yeah. It's like,
is Mandalorian any good?
Mandalorian's a lot of fun. Yeah, I watched the first 3, really enjoyed it. I haven't. That always happens with me though. I don't like stick on TV shows. I'll kind of like rip through a bunch of them and then I just stop.
What is The Mandalorian? Is it a ship?
No.
It's a.
Do you want...
Go ahead, Nas, please.
No, please, Chris, you.
It's a race of people in the Star Wars world.
Oh, the Mandalorians.
Yes, the Mandalorians.
Remember Boba Fett?
Yeah, he was a Mandalorian.
He was kind of, I think
He was a
technically
Mandalorian.
he wasn't, but he was. Yeah. There was like a weird thing. The Mandalorian is the first time I actually cared about Star Wars stuff in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's like a Western. It's fun.
What'd you get? What? So you just went into Walmart.
Yeah,
What
I
was
went
what
into
you
the
got?
Walmart. I got something that I thought was actually $9.95, but it turned out to be $20.
Oh, no.
Which I'm like, what the fuck, man? But and I didn't want to like tell the guy no. But I got a double DVD of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and Leprechaun Origins.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
say that
saw
again.
Scary Stories.
I've got like a billion ambulances driving around me right now, so
Oh
I've been
dear.
He
focusing
got
on.
it's a double feature. It's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and Leprechauns. Oh, but Scary Stories is a digital movie.
What the? Wait.
It's not
Hold
a
on.
DVD.
Wait.
They ripped you off.
Wait,
Wait,
what in
they
the fuck?
sold-
So I just bought Leprechaun Origins for
Yeah.
$20?
You bought Leprechaun Origins.
Oh my
They
God.
tricked you.
No, this is like the first time in a long time I've had DVD buyer's remorse. But jeez,
Yeah, look, it says disc not included.
oh my God!
Oh, that's
And-
what?
They hornswoggled you.
You know what's funny? Do you know we know
Hornswoggled.
someone that worked on that movie as a
Look,
producer?
the guy's name is, it says WWE superstar Dylan Hornswoggled Postil.
Looks like I just got hornswoggled.
Hornswoggled.
I got
Whoa, man,
hornswoggled.
you got
But let me tell you
hornswoggled.
something, Rick.
Yeah, what were you saying?
We know a dude that worked on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark as a producer. Not
Who?
that we're like super tight with them or anything.
Dave?
No, Alex Gino.
Gino.
So I'm gonna call up that dude, and I'm gonna tell him.
Were you gonna call him
You
a douche?
hornswoggled me, and that's not right.
This is the last time you hornswoggled
yeah,
me, Gino.
I've been hornswoggled for the last time. God damn it. $20, Chris. Can you imagine that? I paid $20 for Leprechaun Origin.
This is why people don't buy Blu-rays and DVDs anymore.
That old geezer that was my cashier, he should have said something. He looked like he
By the
knew.
way, you're about to get hornswoggled.
Yeah.
Drop your pants.
Yeah, I think he muttered under his breath, looks like you just got hornswoggled. Yeah. Oy
I'm
vey.
driving by the Fox.
Hornswoggled.
I'm driving by Fox Studios right now. It's funny we were talking about it.
Tell him
Oh.
hi.
Tell them you hornswoggled my friend.
Oh, we were
so
just talking
is it
about
is it a Fox movie that the
Oh,
Leprechauns?
I don't know, actually. No, it's
but-
actually Lionsgate.
But
Lionsgate,
Disney's
okay.
Fox, and Star Wars is Fox.
Yeah.
It's all Fox. It's all Disney. Yeah, the Disney
John
Plus is
Favreau has his hands in everything. That guy's got his hands in the honey pot.
He has lots
He's
of
got
hands and
it.
lots of pies. He likes pies.
Do you remember his show? He was on that show where he would it was like five guys sitting around a dinner table.
Oh, yeah, Dinner for Five.
Dinner
That
for
was a
Five.
great
And they
show.
talked about independent filmmaking
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff. Yeah,
It's
it was on
crazy.
IFC, I
He
think.
had no idea what he was about to become.
Yeah.
In terms of
No.
the Marvel Disney man.
That he would kind of become the man.
He became the man.
Yeah. I mean, I remember there was one episode where they were talking about how, can you believe it? Studios, they ask you, how many trailer points do you have? And they're talking about how this is unbelievable, but it's kind of interesting that now he's a part of that, which I don't think anything wrong of that, but still,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Food for thought.
So we want to get back. Chris and I.
Yeah.
Chris, do you take it away?
Sure. So when I was, rudely insulted by Rick about asking the question about when you started the process of making your
Yeah.
film, I was also kind of leaning in towards wanting to know, how did you raise money for this project? Did you crowdfund it? Did you have private investors, family? 'Cause I think what's-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think it's interesting. I'm sure there's a ton of podcasts about indie filmmaking, but for me, it's always really interesting on how these things get made. So,
It's apart from the commercials, which again,
Right. That's
shout
true.
out to Ian Ponzul. He's like my God.
Oh.
He's Jesus Christ of NAZ RED. But
Oh, wow.
yeah. But apart from the money from those, which was a lot,
Yeah, those pay a lot.
crowdfunding. And yeah,
are you a union? Are you a union actor?
I'm eligible now.
Great.
Actually, I think I must join or something.
Nice.
Yeah, because I've
Join,
done a few
baby.
of them,
Get
and-
on board.
Yeah,
Get on
I'm
the team.
down. I'm super
Union
down.
proud
It's good
over
money,
here.
man. Dude,
Yeah.
it's good money. But you know what's funny about
Chris called me a
my
scab the
audition
other day.
bomb? It allowed me to sort of really see how, not that I cared, but wow, I guess that's what it feels like for the actors. Because I've been, I've held auditions and I've had actors read a part, and then to themselves just go like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's like you feel bad for them and stuff. And I could kind of empathize that if that's your life, you know.
First of all, I don't think you can bomb a commercial audition because
It's impossible.
Commercial casting is simply you are filling a spot. They need a guy that looks like you, and
Right.
you either fit in that or you don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
I agree.
you can truly. I think you can bomb a narrative audition for like a film. Yeah, you can bomb that.
Well, you know what it was?
Would you agree, Chris?
I 100% agree. I think that like of all the years I've done commercial auditions, like what am I trying to
catch
say?
your breath. Calm down.
I get worked up when I think about it. No, it's all about a fit. Like it has nothing to do about your performance, and you can get so in your head and think that what you just did was terrible, like how I'm trying to explain this on the podcast. But no,
I feel you.
No, that's what, it's like you cannot overthink a commercial audition because it really like is like a moving print ad almost,
Yeah.
They literally want someone who's just like, oh, this guy Rick kind of looks like Zach Galifianakis. We're kind of looking for like a Galifianakis. Yeah, you kind of got a Galifianakis look. No, but that's what they say. They go like, to me, they want a big, dumb guy.
And that's how I saw it. I just felt like, I wasn't what they needed and stuff like that.
Right.
But I mean, I was coming from a place of this supreme self-confidence with these commercials because my stats in terms of auditions and scoring the commercials was pretty good. Like, I didn't score the first audition.
How many did you do?
I did, I think, 4, and I scored 3 of them, and one of them was for Machete's movie, and then 2 of them was for this Ford commercial, and then the other one was for this Huawei commercial, and that was like
awesome.
the first one.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, that's my story.
The Huawei commercial never came out because of Trump.
Awesome.
Right. It's crazy. I mean, what's funny is I remember this Huawei commercial, which is this Chinese phone.
You were with Micah Bijan, the actor.
Oh, I was?
He's a friend. We
really?
were on a commercial.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, but
I don't know if you played together. He was in that commercial.
I guess Huawei was really trying to conquer the American market, and Huawei is this Chinese phone company that they're very popular, but America just never trusted them because they thought that it was a way for the Chinese to spy on us or something. So they wanted to do this huge campaign, and I guess this commercial that I was in was a part of that campaign. Then at the last minute, AT&T put political pressure, or Congress or some shit, like put political pressure on AT&T not to carry the phone, which was like a major blow to them. And then one of the electronic, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just sometimes I wasn't sure what Huawei was. Huawei to me sounded like a grocery store from the Midwest. Like, I'm going to Huawei's to get some milk.
Or it sounds like a place where you like a chain restaurant.
Right.
Like Huawei's.
Yeah, it's weird how well they are known in the rest of the world, but not here.
Well, that's that totally happens all the time.
Yeah, but long story short, they just couldn't do it. But sorry, go ahead, Chris.
So you, raised money through the commercials. You didn't crowdfund it then. That's awesome.
Oh, no, I did.
Cool.
But the thing is, my crowdfunding campaigns were nowhere near as, like, say, successful as, like, Rick's. I remember Rick for Zendog, you raised like $30,000
in 3 days.
In 3 days.
Yeah.
In 3 days?
I think
at the end we raised all of our money.
Yeah, like the most we ever raised was like, I think $2,000 and some change. Mm-hmm. But we did it twice. So it did enable us to get through.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was scary.
I Venmo'd you.
Oh yeah, I remember Rick.
I missed his campaign and I Venmo'd him directly.
Rick Ever, the comrade, the compa, as they say in Spanish.
I waited too long.
Yeah, he Venmo'd me. I mean, dude, people were really supportive. I mean, I've been really lucky in terms of like friends and stuff like that. It's a good time.
So can I Venmo you for the posts?
Please.
Yes.
No, it's cool, Chris. Just Venmo me your love and support.
Or Venmo
I'm
me
always
your
Venmoing
Disney
my
Plus
love and
account.
support.
Thank you, sir.
Never, Rick. So that's where you're at, and then where are you in with the process of completion. Rick told me some really interesting stuff about some animation.
You didn't mention the theater stuff is animated.
Oh yeah. Like the theater stuff is all animated. It's like sort of done in the style of SpongeBob SquarePants, kind of Ren and Stimpy-ish kind of animation.
Cool. I love that stuff.
It's real fun. Yeah, I mean that's the stuff that we grew up on, and so it's like just natural for me to go that way. And we got this guy in Las Vegas doing the animation, but as far as the film itself, we're still doing the sound mix, and we still have to score the rest of it. Like there are some parts that are scored, but we're just not finished. And I'm just, I mean, it's weird. Like I feel so relaxed about life. Like I just recently just got into entomology. Like I got this book on insects because I'm like, all my life, all I thought about was my first film, and everything was for that. And anytime I hung out with people, I was never fully present. I was always thinking about, like, unless I was hanging out with Rick, because we were both in the game and we were both comrades in it, and he kind of got where I was coming from, and he got where I get where he was coming from. But now it's like, now that I've done the shooting, which is pretty much, I think, the hardest part of making the film, my eyes are open to so much more of life, like insects. I know that's such a weird, small thing, but it's like, it fills me with wonder, and now I'm just like, okay, I want to go about the rest of my life and make more films. And
that's cool. You notice insects more?
Yeah, like it's weird. I do notice insects more. It's so bizarre. It used to be the only insects that I really cared about were butterflies and stuff.
Yeah, the cute ones.
Yeah, the cute ones. But now I'm like, well, let me understand these friends of ours that we step on.
I don't step on them.
No, right.
You know what? I never kill a spider, because one time I did, and I got bit that night. And I feel like spiders, they tell all their spider bros, and they're like, this motherfucker killed one of us, seek revenge now. So now when I see a spider, I talk to it, I scoop it up, I throw it outside. I throw it off my balcony.
That's the way to do it. Well, yeah, because, like, I mean, Rick and I are big on conversations about, like, the universe and energies and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think if you kill something, it'll somehow, I don't know.
Yeah.
Come back.
Maybe.
Who knows?
It could be very true. So the animation part of this, though, so it's being made in Las Vegas. Explain it. Explain the whole.
Okay. So basically,
the glue of the film.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of this is new to me too. Like, for instance, when you're making a low budget film and you're hiring out your crew, the first place you usually go is like Mandy or Craigslist or something like that. And we found our animator just like that. We put out an ad on Craigslist and he answered. And the funny thing is, like, if you're making a film that's not union and you put out an ad for, like, say, I need a grip or something like that, one of the first messages you'll get is some guy from the unions saying, like...
Really?
Yeah, like saying, hey, fuckface, you can't do this. You're going to go to jail, blah, 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 blah. And you get that every time
and then you
put
write
out
them
an
back
ad.
and be like, hey, how about I go outside of a jail, and that's where I'll get the grips.
Right, exactly.
Because they're all ex-cons.
Yeah, and so that's how we found our... That's how we found our animator.
I got an animator.
We found our animator, and we found him, and it's been, I mean, honestly, Chris, it's been like a really long process because he's one guy, and there's like 8,000 frames or something crazy like that.
How many total minutes of animation are you
like
guys?
26.
Wow.
26, and the thing is, like...
How many minutes has he done?
Well, that's the thing.
It's layered, right?
It's layered. All of the little details are layered one by one. And then in one chunk, he just puts it all down and stuff like that. In fact, like, I think you're dropping back off at the factory, right?
Yeah.
When I go back to the office, I have to finish putting all of the dialogue that I've recorded, which I just recorded the last of the voiceover on Monday. So I'm putting that all into GarageBand and putting it as one audio track to send to him. I mean, when you're, like in filmmaking and independent filmmaking, I've heard this from my crew and from the people that I work with, that there's this triangulation. There's three things: time, money, and quality. And in independent...
two.
Yeah, you only have two. And we've had time and quality and not so much money, but I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm really happy with how the movie is turning out,
Yeah, I keep hearing that. It's super true, though. You work on, like, various projects, and that's totally the theme. It's like, the bigger jobs have a lot of money and Well, the big jobs, they kind of have all three, don't they? They have time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Marvel.
Well, they can afford it.
I'm sure the
Right.
Mandalorian has
Yeah.
everything they
God,
want.
they have 4 things,
Yeah.
on the Mandalorian. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's what are you in this game? What are you willing to suffer for? If you're willing to suffer for your film, you'll find you'll put up with a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's true.
Rick and I have discussed this like numerous times, like how so little of directing is the shot. It's
True.
more personality management and handling all of these people and
Rick's.
organizing everything. Oh, Rick's. It's a restaurant called Rick's.
It's a good burger place, actually.
Yeah. I like this part of town. Where
Yeah.
are we right now?
What part of town are you at? Oh, you're...
We're where the 5 meets the 2. We're on the 5, and
You're near
we're
Dan Bell
passing-
Casting right now, actually, aren't you?
No, we're not. Dan Bell is behind us in Glendale. We are. We're kind of near Dodger Stadium a little bit.
Green Door.
There's an $11
Like on the
rabies
other-
shot we can
Oh
get.
my God! I
Yeah.
bet that would get you.
There was a
high.
sign for a rabies shot.
$11. That's I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to bring my dog there.
I usually pay 15.
15 for
Yeah.
a rabies shot.
Yeah, it's
That's how much
ridiculous.
they go.
But
You
yeah,
have
How often do you have to get a rabies shot?
not that much, but no.
I think Maya's due for a rabies
How is
shot.
Maya, by the way? Your
She's
dog?
doing well. Yeah, I almost brought her today on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna have her here, but she's doing good. Yeah,
Nice.
she's liking the new place. She's got a backyard. She gets to run around. That dog just is always down to have fun.
Nice. Chris, do you have any pets?
I don't. I've been like really, really threatening to get a dog. I really want to get one.
So
I
you're
just
like
don't
a dog guy?
I can see
love
Chris with a dog.
dogs. Yeah. I love cats too. I just I'm a dog guy. What can I say?
Yeah, you're like a warmer dude.
Well, I grew up with a lot of animals. Thank you, Nas. It's very nice of you to say. I grew up with a lot of dogs. I think when I was a kid, I had like at one time 7 dogs and
Wow.
like 4
Damn.
cats. So like
Damn.
I just know the responsibility it takes. So I think like I just haven't gone through with it because it's like I tell people, and I've probably told you, Rick, it's like sometimes I'll start my day at like 7 in the morning and then I won't get home until like 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
So it's like
gotta-
you really have to.
Your life adjusts. You adjust
It
around the
adjusts.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm just not ready. I feel like timing-wise, I'm still kind of trying to stay focused on a lot of other things, and it's just not the dog yet. But maybe that's the new
You'll get
change
one.
that needs to happen,
You'll get
I
a
was-
dog. The dog will come to you when you're ready.
Yeah.
It'll magically appear.
I can visually
In some
see what the
weird
dog
fashion.
looks like. Yeah, I like.
What breed are you thinking?
So there's this breed of dog called, I'm going to totally butcher this name, Samoyed. And they are, I think they're from Korea.
What?
Yeah.
What did you call it?
Samoyed.
Samoyed? Oh,
Samoyed.
Samoyed.
Yeah.
Samoyed.
And they're like
That
big.
sounds like a
They kind
guy's
of look
name.
like Samoyed.
My homie Samoyed.
Yeah. They're like a big husky. They're like a husky almost, like a big white. Don't make fun of my dog breed's name, okay?
No.
No, I chortled on accident.
He chortled. He hornswoggled.
Yeah.
Wait, who got? Wait, who?
I accidentally snorted. I snorted when I laughed.
Oh, you
Yeah, he snorted.
hornsnoggled. Got
He
it.
hornswoggled.
Yeah, no, I wasn't laughing at your dog.
Hornswoggler.
And that stuff.
Hold on, I'm doing a weird turn.
No.
So Samoyed.
So
My
yeah, no.
homie Samoyed.
My homie Samoyed. Maybe I'll just name the dog Samoyed so I could say, get over here,
Damn,
Samoyed.
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 I've gone as far to follow a Samoyed Instagram page. I'm slowly becoming. That
Are you
person.
really? So you're gonna get a
Yes.
Samoyed, dude.
I think they're
Samoyed.
really cool. I'll send you. They're big dogs. I want to get a big dog. Like if I could get a dog now, it would have to be a smaller dog because of the place. But
Yeah.
when I do all the moves and all of that stuff in life, I will get one of those dogs that is in the zeitgeist of things for me to do in my life.
Nice.
So-
I heard in the late 70s, early 80s, the medium age for buying a house was early 30s, and now the age is like 47. So we got a few more years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're good. So I'll be in my studio apartment till then.
Because our generation got screwed by the
Living my
boomers, I
life.
Yeah, okay, boomer.
guess. Yeah. We're entering the 110 South.
We're all millennials, right? Yeah, we are.
I believe so, yeah.
If we're born after, I think, 1980 to 1994.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're a
it's
millennial.
interesting.
Yeah,
I like being a
We're not
millennial.
Gen Zs.
What's
We're not
Gen
Gen X either. I feel like Gen X got the shaft a little bit.
Which
Oh,
one's
yeah.
Gen X?
Gen X is before us.
Before
Like
us.
1964 to 1979 is Gen X.
It's like Kevin Smith's generation.
Yeah, Kevin Smith.
Got it.
You know.
Yeah, they're chortled. They're hornswoggled.
Yeah, they got hornswoggled,
They
much
got
like me.
hornswoggled.
Just got hornswoggled.
Hey, we all get hornswoggled.
Especially at Walmart.
Everything costs so much money.
I can't believe it. But one thing I am happy about is that the DVD market is still kind of there. You know?
Yes. Well,
Like,
so what
'cause-
movies did you see when you were in there? Did they have all the big hits? Were there any new
they had
releases?
like a whole they had a whole thing of Christmas things, and I was like, I might get that. But like last week or a few weeks ago, I got the Charlie Brown Christmas, so I was kind
fun.
of I was good on that.
Yeah.
So I was like, just get horror. It might give good conversation. But I didn't want the conversation to be I spent $20 on it. But hey,
I wonder if anyone's ever taken Charlie Brown and combined it with horror. You know?
Oh, that would be
like
awesome.
Charlie
You
Brown
know what's
just
funny? In a
massacred.
That was
way,
a very famous
they
skateboard deck.
Really?
Yeah, there's a famous skate deck, and it's Charles Manson's head on Charlie Brown's body.
Oh my
Oh
God.
wow,
That's
yeah,
cool.
I'll find that. We should post that
Is
up
it-
right here on the podcast.
Yeah, that sounds
I
great.
mean, in a
Where are
way,
you
we
guys?
are kind of doing that with Debbie and the Devil.
Hello?
There's
Yeah.
a
Oh, there you go.
weird tone
Hello.
with the movie
Yeah, there we go.
where
Gotcha.
it's totally sweet.
Yeah.
And it's totally horrific at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre thing. Like, I really have no idea how the world is going to take it or the audience is going to take it, but, we'll look forward
So
to it.
going,
But where were we?
going back to Debbie and the Devil,
Yeah.
tell us, because we only got about 8 more minutes before we
Cool.
drop you off, and I want to, leave us with a nice little cherry on top.
Cool. This was fun, guys. Thank you.
Where are we in 2020 with Debbie? What do you have left to do? What's the next step?
In 2020, I believe
What's
we're
the
going to
next
start
phase?
screening it. It will be done in 2020.
Yeah.
We'll
Great.
start screening it. We're going to start showing it to people. We're going to start submitting it to festivals. And that in 2020, that's when it starts to move. That's when it starts to do its thing in the world, and we'll see how it goes.
What do you have left to do with it, though?
Just sound mix and finish the animation.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, and that's it.
Oh,
Like we've
cool.
shot everything, all the pickups
It's been
that we
colored
had
and-
to. Not
Yeah.
coloring too.
Yeah,
and that's it. And
Yeah.
soundtrack. So there's a lot. I mean, the thing is, like, when I go to that office, it's kind of like your schedule, Chris. Like, I go there and I'm there until I decide to leave because there's always work to be done with this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
fine. I love it,
Yeah.
But we'll see how it's taken. I know the
What is
audience.
this guy doing?
Yeah, there's a guy on the freeway just kind of in
Oh, no.
tights. He was wearing like
Yeah,
black
he's
tights.
like in the freeway walking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Well, this was a lot of fun, you guys, and please
Well-
come by on my podcast, the Wild 7 podcast.
Yeah,
anytime.
tell us about your Wild
Yeah,
Side. How
get-
long
what-
have you guys been doing it?
Oh, well, Chris just broke up.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll pretend that
But,
he didn't break up.
The Wild 7 podcast, it started out as a movie podcast.
Okay.
And
How long ago?
it
How many
was like
months?
3 years ago. I
Wow.
think 2016. Yeah, I've been
Oh,
doing
wow.
it for a while. So because of the fact that we've been doing it, we have a little bit of an audience. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Nice.
And it's you. But the thing is, it started out as a movie podcast. But then the thing that caused it to evolve was the fact that after making my own movie, I wasn't interested in doing a movie podcast. It just didn't interest me anymore. And B, it seemed so tacky to go see new movies and review them.
Yeah.
And they're my contemporaries and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I just didn't feel like doing that. So then my idea was, I have a lot of fun with the kids that I made this movie with, and we still work with one another, and we want to make movies with each other forever. And so
The Nightshade
Nightshade Collective,
Yeah.
which is April Mendoza and Ashley Mendoza and Alexa Morales, these really amazing, strong women that are just amazing. And
Cool.
I made this decision of like, let's make the podcast, about the studio, about, us making Debbie and the Devil. Let's track our development.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so, I'm really happy that you guys are doing a podcast. I really think it's exciting, and I think it's an exciting world. I think it's a cool medium and stuff. And
Yeah.
so, right now it's just an exciting time to be creative because the gatekeepers are dying or dead, and you can just kind of do your own thing, and I think that's really exciting. Really cool.
Yeah, I'm learning about the podcast world as we do this. I didn't really listen to too many of them, so it's been
Yeah,
fun.
Chris isn't a podcast listener.
Yeah, but Chris, I wanted to ask you, you're from radio though, right? Like you're legit from radio, right?
Well, not
He has a
necessarily.
radio show.
I have a radio show on Wednesday nights that I do up at KXLU. And it was a college radio show that I kept doing. There's a lot of really
Nice.
awesome DJs that are still up there doing shows, and I just became one of those older students who's gonna stick around and do their show.
Nice.
But you'd be great on noise pollution. You should totally come up and do an episode with me because
for sure. I really appreciate it.
it's more like bizarre,
I would love to.
headspacey, charactery, improv-y kind of talk. And
nice.
we have some
Chris will
good.
do a whole character, like the whole episode will be him in character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh nice. I mean, I have to say, Chris, you're one of the nicer gentlemen I've met in my adult life.
Oh, thank you. Well, you as well. I'll take the
Thank you.
compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the day we met. Rick and I and
Where
Where
Jesse
did we
Sanchez.
meet? Yeah, where did we meet?
On that short film.
Yeah, we met on a short
On
film.
the Golden Boys.
3 years
Oh
ago.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that was
movie
fun.
was
Yeah.
so strange.
And Jesse bought a pint of crab meat.
Right.
For lunch.
Yeah. I didn't eat anything, and then I remember there was one
That
part
goes
where
well
we
with
were
that
on the
well
microphone.
tequila I drank last night.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah. That was quite a day. But I remember that was the day I met Jesse, and that was the day I met you.
Oh, you met Jesse that day?
Yeah, that day. Yeah. I remember you were mad at one of us because we smoked a lot of the vape pen.
Oh,
Do you remember that day?
yeah, I was
Oh.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave Jesse and Nas a vape pen with weed in it and
Yeah.
said, "Here, you guys have a little bit of weed while we get up the next,
Yeah.
do
It wasn't
the
me
next shot."
though. I hate to throw Jesse under the bus, but I will.
Jesse smoked
Better
That's
than
what it
most.
was. Yeah, Jesse smoked all
all
your
of the
weed.
weed pen. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? It takes me 2 weeks to get
But you know,
this.
in fairness to me, because maybe I had a little bit of a hand in that because I did smoke it. I didn't know how vape pens really worked.
Oh, yeah.
I just
I didn't
thought
either.
it was
Yeah.
like endless.
Yeah, now you
but
can't-
I didn't.
you
I
can't
wasn't. I
smoke
wasn't
them.
totally like.
The people are getting
I'm
cobalt.
not taking the blame here. I don't want you to think that. I just didn't know how they
I know.
worked. You know,
People
like
are getting cobalt lung.
yeah. Oh, there's a woman in a walker
Oh,
that's
she's
walking
pointing at my license
past
plate.
us and
Oh,
She likes my license
so
plate.
is that finally
She's
coming
just-
around for vape pens?
Hi.
Is that?
Oh,
no.
she just flipped me off. Oh.
oh, we got flipped
I
off.
didn't
Why'd you
even
get
do
flipped off?
anything.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I was just waving at her. She's pointing at my license
Chris,
plate.
what were you saying about vape pens?
They're
Cobalt lung.
yeah, they're not good to smoke, right? Like I'm not much of a smoker,
everyone's
so
like shying away from them now. Their
I
prices
stopped.
have drastically decreased. I don't like them either because they get you way too high.
Yeah.
And two, they give you like a weird cough.
Yeah.
And
But
like
how
that's
did
why I
like
stopped.
how like that's one of those things that just didn't make sense to me. It was just like people are like, you're still inhaling smoke in your lungs. You know, it's
Yeah.
like direct smoke to the lungs.
I mean,
like,
I'm talking
that can-
about weed vape, but yeah, this e-cigs are another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With the weed vape is weird. It's like
It was like a
all
nice way to get high.
All these companies are trying to make weed so strong. It's like, why not just jump up and do a new drug then?
Yeah, I mean,
how
yeah.
it's weed.
Right, like just do heroin if you want to get that.
Like,
fucked up.
why? I don't need to get that fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
Smoking weed.
Dude, these days I smoke
It's
a
weed.
$35 ounce bag of shake that I
Wow.
get from this like delivery place, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't take me to Mars.
Yeah, we don't need to go to Mars
yeah,
every time.
I just need to be kind of functional when I watch
I don't need to
TV.
go to the Forbidden Zone.
Right.
And
Exactly.
this lady's looking at us like, what are they
Hold
doing?
on. How are you?
Maybe we should get her on the podcast.
Yeah, do you-
People are very confused
do you
about what we're
want-
doing.
Yeah.
We're on a podcast
Yeah,
here, okay,
yeah,
lady?
yeah. It's cool. You got
Yeah.
a headset there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This
nice.
is to
I'm not a
protect.
very
Very
often
nice.
marijuana smoker, but I remember once years ago, someone gave me a dab to try, and that was like
Oh, you
doing
did a dab?
crack. Ugh. Yeah.
Bad. Wait, was it me?
Yeah.
Might have been you. Might have been
It's
you.
bad.
Dabs are like smoking meth or
Yeah,
something.
dabs are no fun.
Yeah. Well, Rick, this is me.
Oh, wait, well, I'm going to pull over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Oh,
pulling
whoa,
up
you're at the
outside
end?
of my little movie studio.
Yeah,
Chris,
so-
this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Rick.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
of course.
And Chris, you're going to close it
Thank
out, so, you go ahead and you close it out, Chris.
I will
And,
close it out.
It's
Awesome.
been
Nas, it
wonderful.
was
That was a
awesome.
really fun. That was a great
Yeah,
podcast.
I had a blast.
Oh,
That was really nice.
I hope-
It really
yeah, I
lifted
hope
our.
it was.
We had I feel like our moods were low in the beginning, and they got lifted up.
We had
during
low
this podcast.
moods, yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Chris, I look forward to seeing you again, my friend.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you too, Nas. Have a great rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
Yeah.
This is a
All
lot
right,
of
see you.
fun. Thank
Chris,
you.
talk to you
Have a good
later.
one.
All right, talk
Give
to you
me a
later.
time, buddy. I love you, man.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna close it out, saying goodbye to Rick. What can I say? That was another one. I enjoyed it. I had so much fun doing that one. Nas is such a lovely guy. He totally brought my moods up. And as Rick and I were both saying, we were feeling kind of low, so I was happy to talk to Nas, get his power, get his energy in us, which was great. But okay, that was it. I'm going to, start working my way back home, but I would like to say thank you for listening to another episode of Bumper to Bumper, hosted by the lovely Rick Darge and myself. We do podcasts weekly, you know the drill. You can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts from. I feel like I've listened to like 2 podcasts, and I'm just stealing how they promote their podcasts at the very end. But again, thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day. Happy holidays in the vortex, even though this is going to be coming out in a month. All right, this is Bumper to Bumper, and we will be talking to you soon. Bye. Thank you.